The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And the reason I say that is it's an old saying for a reason. Um, a couple people have made mention when I brought up the LOL doll. And they said, well, what that company's probably trying to do is get ahead of hatred and bigotry and racism and gender inequalities and basically get people more tolerant. You're trying to teach tolerance. And I said, no, what they're trying to do is parent. What they're trying to do is parent your kid from the inside out. Again, when I say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, you can have the best of intentions. However, you're creating other problems because you're not giving the full picture. All you're doing is trying to get the kid to think one way, but you're not explaining the other side, or you're not also trying to basically say, listen, we want to have equality, we want you to respect other people in their lives and all that stuff, but you're also not trying to promote your family values, what your parents and your family believes in. If anybody else wants to live their life, they can live their life. I'm perfectly fine with that. But I am not going to sit here and not try and teach my kids my family values, my moral beliefs, my what we stand for. And when I say stand for, I'm going to tell you right now, the one thing that irritates me more than anything is watching a bunch of people flip-flop. The only time that they're passionate about anything is whatever's trending. You either stand for something all the time or you stand for nothing at all. Celebrities in general are exactly this problem. BLM and all this stuff. You see a bunch of celebrities jumping onto the bandwagon, white, black, Hispanic, and you're sitting there going, you're all rich from every race buying into whatever you're selling. And I look at athletes and all these things and they're all kneeling and all this stuff. I said, you're rich playing a sport. And the reason that you're rich playing a sport is because of the people who support you, which if you think it's one race or another, it's not, it's everyone. And on top of that, you're free in a free country. So you benefit from all of the things that make America great, yet you want to sit here and demonize America. Seems a little backwards to me. It just makes no sense. And that's really what I'm trying to say. People are trying to get ahead of, like I said, racism and discrimination and bigotry and all these things by saying, well, we're trying to get to kids early. No, you're not. What you're trying to do is indoctrinate the kids with a bunch of your beliefs and undermine their family values and their family teachings. Racism and all these things are being weeded out generation after generation anyway. I mean, realistically, look at it. Look where we've come. There's this idea of racism. You're actually creating racism. I'm more scared to look at another race now, a person of another color, just because I think they're going to take it offensively, just to look in their direction. And it's ridiculous. It makes me think of that for a split second, and then I think to myself, that's stupid. I don't have hatred. So why? But you've created this problem by dividing everybody. You have created this exact problem. And so I have to fight against that mentality of basically almost feeling guilty for looking in that person's direction. Maybe they're going to take it in offensively or something like that. And I have to catch myself from not being apologetic for just being alive. And it's just, this idea is they're trying to get you to your kids. And I watched a video the other day and I knew this was happening. They have ads because the camera is always on and it's got facial recognition. So it notices when a kid is playing your iPad and stuff like that. So it tailors certain ads to the kid. And if you don't believe it, you play a game, a kid's game, on an iPad or something like that, and it will give you certain ads. But if your kid plays that game, it's completely different ads. I already knew that was happening. If you don't know that's happening, try it. I'm telling you, your mind will be blown. If you don't think that this stuff is happening right under your nose, it is. And the reason that they want you to be busy with work and busy with all the stuff going on, all the noise in your life, is because this is how they keep slipping these things into, even though you think, no, not my kids. Yeah, it's happening. You have to pay attention to everything. YouTube Kids has some disgusting things on it. If you haven't paid attention to it, I'm telling you, you gotta watch what they're watching and watch what these phones and tablets and things can do, because they are using the camera and facial recognition to understand who's actually playing and tailoring the stuff to you. Each individual person is being tailored. And your kids are seeing things that they're not supposed to be seeing, or that you may not want them to see at such a young age, but they're seeing it anyway. And it's because the infiltration and trying to basically normalize stuff that you may not be okay with. You may not hate it. See, there's a big difference. You may not hate it, but you don't want it to be normalized. And that's where I'm at. I hate nobody. But I also don't want things being normalized to my kids. I want my kids to grow up and have the right to choose the life they want to live based on all the information that they are given.